Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're live from the HCCTV studios this morning. It is Wednesday, February the 19th. Good to have you with us this morning. As always, we're here every Monday through Friday, live at 10 a.m. So good to have you with us on Facebook and YouTube. My co-host this Wednesday, Dr. Lana Pagao from the Northwest College. Lana, always good to see you on a Wednesday. Hey, what happened to the weather? It looks like we're back in winter section again.
All I can say is this is Texas. It's
I know
nuts.
it was 85 degrees, I think, last week. Now it's what, 35 across most of the city and high today in the 40s. And then tonight it's going to get down to 27 again. So enjoy, try to stay healthy during this though, if you can. I mean, this weather is just insane, but like you said, it's Texas.
Yeah, I've got a couple of staff members who are actually out because they're not feeling so well. And I'm going to say it's this crazy nutty weather.
Well, we've also been having some crazy cases of the flu going around. A lot of people getting sick right now. So that is a real thing. Make sure you're careful out there and stay hydrated. Keep those juices in you as well. As I mentioned, we're here Mondays through Fridays, live at 10 a.m. in most cases, unless we got something special going on. But Lana, they can also catch us in social media and on HCC TV as well.
That's right. We are on Facebook, Houston Community College, not HCC. We're also on YouTube. And let me find, I'm a little lost here. I'm sorry. And they can also, we're here on X, LinkedIn, and on HCC TV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
That's right. So, Lana, we are, there's always a lot of constant change here at HCC, and we want to congratulate our next guest because she's been appointed as our newest college president. We're now glad to welcome Dr. Betty Fortune, who's the president of HCC's Northeast College. Dr. Fortune, as always, it's good to see you. I think your mic is muted still.
My time muted. There it is.
There you go.
Thank you and good morning, everyone. It's great to be on the show this morning. I know we have lots to talk about, and it's great to see all of you today.
Let me ask you this. You've been over at the Northeast College now. It's less than 2 weeks?
I'm in the third week.
You're in the third week over there. What's been your biggest challenge and surprise so far since you've been over there?
Well, the Northeast College has a lot of locations. We have actually 5 locations, and all of the colleges has very specialized programs. So getting to each of the locations, understanding all of the specialized programs, understanding the challenges of all the programs, as well as the challenges of all of the communities, because they are varied. That's been the greatest challenge, but it's been also the greatest opportunity, because I believe that once we glean all this information, we'll be able to set the trajectory for moving forward with the work that we have here. So that's been the greatest challenge. The greatest surprise has been, boy, this is one of the most supportive colleges I've ever worked with. I've been around a while, but every college that I've gone to, they've been so supportive of my needs and taking me around, showing me the ropes and just welcoming me. I've had welcoming events at every campus that I've visited, not planned, just walking in, and everybody wanted to make me feel comfortable. So that was such a wonderful surprise to be have the opportunity to work with such a group of people that we have at HCC Northeast. I had not worked with them before, so the surprise was on me, knowing that this community and the people that serve that community, they're all about the same work I'm all about. And so that was just a wonderful opportunity and surprise.
And you have always throughout, we're going to talk about your career in a little while, but you've always been focused on student success. Tell us about that and obviously why it's so important to you.
Well, I have worked in the field of education for many years, even prior to coming to Houston Community College in the public school system. And I have seen the struggle of inner city students who do not have support systems, first generation students who do not have support systems behind them to guide them into the way that they should be going, and even provide support when it comes for studying and helping with the studying. Many of our students struggle with that. And so I found that to be very much so true here at Houston Community College, because we serve, whether we want to admit it or not, but we serve a huge variety of folks here. From students right out of high school to students that have been out for many, many years, have raised their children and are now returning back to school in order to enter the workforce. They have not used these skills in many, many years. So coming back has been such a challenge for them. And then, of course, we do have students, this is not their first language. And so it's, again, a huge variety of students, and they need help. They need support that maybe during the days that Todd, you and I came up, we may not have needed that support because we had that support system in place. But there are a huge number of our students that do not have that support system in place. And so that has been a passion for me for many, many years, is to get us to understand that these students can strive to do better. They can be better. They can be successful. They can complete. They can get good jobs. They can compete in the society, but they need help. And the struggle was, how do we get everyone on board, staff, faculty, everyone that serves a student, to understand that you matter to these students. I mean, from the people that clean the grounds to the people that are taking care of our buildings to, of course, the faculty and our student service personnel, getting them all on board to understand the needs of the students and then what's the best way to respond, because we can have good intentions and not necessarily use the correct strategy. So yes, that has been my passion for a very long time. And what's so I guess important to me or special to me has been within the last few years, I've seen it manifested, the results of it. And as you well know, I was honored about a year ago at the Texas Association of Community Colleges, because our numbers show that people are getting it. And we're not just changing data or grades. That's not what this is about. This is actually about empowering students to be the best that they can be. And we see it, because now we see that we have such high rates now with students that are getting jobs. So job placement rates are getting higher. Students are finishing credits at higher rates. They're not transferring as many useless credits as they were in the past, because when I first started this work at the district, we had students who were graduating after 4 or 5 years of being here, of course, for a 2-year degree. But when they did graduate and move to the university, they were graduating with an excess of 30 plus credit hours.
Yeah.
That's going down. It's all diminishing now. And it's all because of the good work that our faculty and staff are doing as a result of the concerted efforts of everyone. So yes, you just touched my heart on that student success thing. That's my passion there.
Lana, I want to bring you in the conversation. I know over at the Northwest College, you guys have been going up in enrollment, I guess, as well, right?
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of promotion, but there's a lot of hands-on helping students, and I think that that's really important. You know, when somebody calls in and says, I need to speak to somebody about enrollment, we know exactly who to send our students or potential students to. And Dr. Fortune, let's talk about pathways. What's your thoughts on that subject?
Very good question. Let me share with you why I believe in the pathways. And one of the main reasons was what I just spoke about. There were students that started with HCC in their freshman year, declaring a major of this, that, and the other for many reasons, not necessarily because they were interested in it or they had the skills to go into that path, but someone told them this is something good to do. And also because for financial aid purposes, you had to have a degree that could be certified through financial aid and it qualified for aid. found out many of these students never finished those plans, that they were shifting gears and they weren't getting consultation from our career advisors. And so the pathway says, let's start with the end in mind. Let's talk to you about your career goals. Let's talk to you about where you see your life in 5 years. What is your life? What do you see yourself doing for the rest of your life? Let's start with that conversation. And then let's start with a career assessment tool to just give you information so that when you do make a decision, it's an informed decision. And the results of that is we decided that when we were going to do the pathways work, that we would do what we call areas of study. Nationally, it's called meta majors. So that if a student was interested, let's just say, in a health field profession, and they couldn't pass the HCC, but my goodness, let's talk to you about all of these other fields of study in health, where if you take these same courses you take in your first semester, you won't lose anything because they will also lead you to these other opportunities. So let's talk to you about what other opportunities you can pursue. So that's the pathways is let's get you in something that you are interested in that can give you a living wage, that you'll be able to take care of yourself and your family, and you have the skill set for. Because that was important. We had a lot of students going into wanting to go into degrees, majors, or fields of study rather. They didn't have the skill set. So let's talk to you up front about what those skill sets must be, what they look like in the very onset. And then we're going to support you all along the way as a case management person or advisor who's assigned to you. That person is assigned to you to check on you from time to time to see where you are in that pathway and what do you need to be supported. So that's what the pathways is all about. It's more about starting with the end in mind, providing support to you all along your journey to completion.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk with you about your career here at HCC because you've been here for quite a while, and also talk about some of the good news about the enrollment numbers going up. So if you could stick around for our next segment, we're going to go ahead right now and take a 1-minute break, and we'll return with more from our newest college president of the Northeast College, Dr. Betty Fortune. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back to Up to the Minute. We're live this morning, and we've got a very special guest. We've got Dr. Betty Fortune is our guest this morning. She's the president, the newest president, and she's the president of the Northeast College here at HCC. I know, Betty, one thing you've got to be proud of in, walking into the college on your first day and being there for a few weeks is your numbers in enrollment have been going up, and you guys got a lot to brag about these days.
Absolutely, Todd. Thank you for bringing that point up. I am very excited. Dr. Edwards and the team really have done a yeoman's job of trying to change the trajectory of this community. We've added so many new programs, but the one that I want to boast about the most is dual credit. Dual credit has exceeded all the expectations we had. I think last year, if I wanted to be clear, it was 1,400 dual credit students. This semester, We have 2,100 dual credit students enrolled in classes at the Northeast colleges, locations rather. And I mean, we've already had conversations with HISD and other ISDs about future engagement. So I see that expanding. And not only that, but because of so many, and again, like I said to you earlier, we have some very specific programs and partnerships on the horizon that are germane to this community, that the community seems to be reaching out and say, we want to get on board with this work. We want to make this available for our students, for our firefighters, for our police officers. We've been offered opportunities to work with several other communities outside of the Northeast region to provide these services too. So it's just been a wonderful, warm feeling of the enthusiasm that the recruiters, the admissions advisors are all pulling together. And don't forget about these program coordinators who are going out paving the way by talking to business leaders and our advisory committees within the community. And that has made the difference. I'm so excited. And I just know that if they continue the path that they're working on, we're going to see a huge growth in the Northeast region of the state of this Houston's. I'm thinking about statewide, no, but we're going to do Houston. We're going to work Houston, and it's just going to grow. And I see it. I really do see it. And the community seems to be very excited about what's happening around us.
I know a lot of folks with the college have known you for years. I know you and I first worked together at the Southwest College. Maybe you can briefly tell people how long you've been here and the roles you played across, because I know you've had a few of them.
I certainly have, Todd. I started off at Houston Community College really in the year 2000 at Southwest College, and I started as an adjunct professor, like many other people at Houston Community College. And just through the work and the encouragement, leadership at HCC, after I became an adjunct, I then became full-time within about a year and a half of working as an adjunct. Later, I was in the developmental studies program at that time. That's what it was called. We no longer use those terms anymore, which was a program that was designed to, of course, for ESL students. We had students that came to college but did not test in as being college ready, reading, writing, English, and math. So those were my concentrations when I came in. And a few years after coming in full time, I was then a program coordinator. I became a department chair, thrust into being a dean at that time. And at that time, the dean's roles were very different from what we have now.
Yeah.
Every college had a dean over everything. So all of the subject matters, all of the programs that were at the college, they were divided into workforce or academics. And I became the academic dean over all of the academic programs that led to transfer at the institution for Southwest. A few years after doing that, I went to what was called at that time, you remember the old regime, it was in executive deans.
Yeah.
And then during that role, I served as leader for the workforce, student services, as well as the academic instruction, which is very similar to the model that we currently have.
We're headed right now and take a 1-minute break, and we'll return. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me, I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
Welcome back to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we've got some news and announcements for you this morning. A couple of these events are happening today. One of them, Recipes for Success. Students feeling overwhelmed by their emotions or finding it difficult to manage school may benefit from today's Recipes for Success workshop. Those feelings cannot be eliminated, but this can help them improve their quality of life. It's happening at 11 a.m. It goes on till noon. It's a virtual event. Join them online. Check our post after the show for a link to join this event. And Lana, we've also got an all majors careers fair going on.
Yeah, and that's today. The organizers of HCC's All Majors Career Fair says every pathway can come to life. Whether you're exploring potential careers, seeking new opportunities, or building your professional network. And that's today, Wednesday, February 19th from 11:30 to 1:30 at HCC Southeast Learning Hub. Check out our post after the show for more information.
Also at the Southeast College, students, faculty, and staff can learn more about health resources from vendors at a Pathway to Wellness event that's happening from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Actually, it's at Monday, February the 24th, so it's coming up this coming Monday. It's the HCC Southeast Student Life Lobby. We'll have some more information in this post after the show. And Northeast College, they've got an event coming up, looks like later this month as well.
Yeah, a reception for the faculty exhibition floor by 2 HCC professors will be held at the end of the month. The exhibition is a combination of fiber, collage, and digital images, and the title Floor is descriptive of their overall nature. The artist reception is 12:30 p.m. Thursday, February 27th at HCC Northeast Northline Gallery. The exhibit runs through April 4th. Check out our post after the show for more information.
Students have a chance of earning their degree for free. Eligible high school students are encouraged to apply for the Eagle Promise program. If federal and state grants and scholarships don't cover all your costs for a degree or certification, the Eagle Promise scholarship dollars will pay for the rest of the tuition, fees, and a book allowance of up to $500 each semester. Check our post after the show for registration info. So we're already in February. Really closing towards the end of the month, not that far away. And you can still sign up for classes to get some credit hours in before the end of the semester, Lana.
Yeah, registration for spring is ongoing with classes being offered in a variety of programs and in various semester lengths. HCC's courses are also offered in a range of modalities, including online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, in-person, and hybrid labs. So to learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, go to hccs.edu/apply.
So tomorrow on the show, Sharday will be here, and she'll welcome the head of HCC's West Houston Institute. Jordan Carswell will be here to talk about the Innovation Fellows application process, which is now open. And I know you know all about that, Lana.
Yeah, it's exciting, and it's a great program, too. I hope people apply.
So tune in for that tomorrow. And we'll be joined by the Pacific War Museum to return about the history and impact of Iwo Jima. All that and more tomorrow on the show. Thanks for being here. Lana, we'll see you next week. Try to stay warm, at least for the next few days. This weekend, we'll be back to quasi-summer.
Yes, I will try. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for being here, folks. We'll see you tomorrow live, 10 a.m. Up to the minute.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
How prepared is your family if disaster shows up at your doorstep? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan before they show up. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes!
Make a plan today.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Woo!
911, where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened?
Your friend's not breathing.
Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.